out of it. As a woman, you have two options in this world. You can be a victim or you can be a villain. You can either just be the villain or be a victim of the fact that you were never willing to be the villain. In today's video, I'm gonna show you how to stop being a people-pleasing victim who tries to be everyone's hero and how to start being the villain to those who deserve it. Instead of people-pleasing, you're gonna learn how to be the hero in your own eyes. And from now on, at the end of all of my videos, I'm going to start adding a section called Affirm and Materialize. And this section will help you to embody everything you've learned and turn it into practical, actionable steps. Because here's the thing, we're material girls, okay? And that means we turn everything, our affirmations and our manifestations, into physical reality. Make it material. So if you're ready to stop being the victim and start being the hero of your own story and embrace what it is to be the bad girl to the bad guys, grab a pen and let's dive in. Now, I would like to be very, very, very clear. I am not telling you to go off and become this evil, vindictive, malicious, okay? That's not what we're doing around here. But what I am gonna teach you today is how to be your own hero unapologetically. In order to truly step into your power, you have to stop being the good guy to your bad guys and start being the bad guy to your bad guys. Because who cares if they view you as the bad guy? Your bad guys should view you as the bad guy, and you have to be okay with that. Listen to me. You have to stop being afraid of being viewed as the villain. Because number one, they are not worried about you thinking that they're the bad guy, clearly. And number two, as long as you keep worrying about being seen as the good guy in their eyes, you'll continue to be the bad guy to yourself. This is about no longer trying to be viewed as good in their eyes and focusing on being viewed as good in your own eyes. Because babe, that's how you become the hero of your own story. And how you take your power back, finally. Not only will this perspective shift free you up to being more authentically yourself and feeling safe and more secure in all of your actions, but this will also stop you from stifling you in order to be perceived by them as the good guy. From now on, I need you to start viewing yourself as the good girl villain, or the bad guy hero. To each his own. Because yes, as a recovering people pleaser, you will and still do love being viewed as the good girl. But let me tell you something. You know what a good girl is? A bad girl, if you know what I'm talking about, okay? Recognizing that you're still a good girl to you and to those who don't try to victimize or vilify you for their own benefit is more than enough. And it will bring you a lot of peace. It'll also remind you that to be your own hero, you will have to be the villain to someone else. And their negative viewpoint of you is not your problem. Because we're bringing a little bit of high school Alana back. Like I used to say all the time, like that's a you problem. Like, let's start making problems you problems again, like them problems. Let's stop making everybody else's problem our problem because we want to please everybody around us, them problem. And the people you're surrounded by, no matter who they are, can only make you the victim if you give them permission to. They can only make you feel awful and like a victim, or make you feel guilty or terrible or bad for being the villain in their story if you start looking at yourself from their perspective. And when you start viewing yourself from their perspective, that is the moment you give them all of the power, all of your power, and you give them an exorbitant amount of their own power because you're viewing their power as bigger than your power. Boing. But let me tell you right now, the moment that you take away their permission to make you feel like a victim, or to make you feel bad for being the villain in their story, or to make you feel bad for being your own hero, you start deciding how you feel about yourself, and their opinion becomes null and void. Realizing that you're not required to be their hero will literally break you from the shackles that is people pleasing. And it will also begin the process of being narcissist proof. But that's a video for a different time. We'll talk about that later, okay? I spent a lot of my life surrounded by people who would oftentimes call me selfish anytime I held space for myself because they were benefiting off of the fact that all I would do was hold space for them. Like I was so worried about being selfish all the time that I became this terribly selfless person who was damn near killing myself in order to prove that I wasn't selfish, and they were still treating me like I was selfish anyway. I stopped feeling bad about being whatever version of me they were determined to project on me or perceive me as, regardless of what I was doing or my actual actions. And I accepted the fact that, like, let me tell you something, they're going to villainize you anyway. Might as well get the benefits, babe. Yep, I said it. Because in my situation, like, fine, you're gonna view me like I'm a selfish person and treat me awfully and make me feel bad for being selfish. I might as well actually get to be selfish versus being selfless all the damn time and literally putting myself and investing myself into other people so much so that I can't take care of myself. Might as well be selfish enough that I get taken care of. The fuck? And stop making them happy when it's making me miserable. Baby girl, enjoy the benefits of whoever they're gonna choose to look at you like anyway, because they're looking at you like that anyway. Bam. You have to be nice to you first and empathetic to you first. Think about it. As a people pleaser, I need you to remember that you are a person. In any given situation, are you pleased? No. Oh, then let's reassess and act accordingly. Because this is what's going to help you to self-empathize and also take your feelings into account. And it'll stop you from losing sight of yourself again, which will keep you growing and thriving and glowing on your own path, your hero's journey, not your sidekick to said other villain's journey. Because let's be honest here, the hero in your story would make you the first priority, and their number one priority would be helping you. Also, I'm gonna talk about this a little bit more in the Affirm Materialize chapter, but I do want to address it in this part as well. You have to start dressing like the bad guy. Like, I need you to dress like the bad girl version of you. So if it's a bad girl version of you, but it's still like white and pink and airy and delicious, yes, dress like that. Because remember, good girl, villain, right? But I need you to start wearing what you want and what you like. You have to start dressing for you. You have to like fully embody the villain version of yourself. And what I mean by that, if there's something that right now in your life you don't wear because someone else made you feel small or told you you were slutty if you wore that, or body shamed you into thinking that it doesn't suit your body type or whatever, if you like it, wear it. Who cares if Bashaquita LaFondria thinks you don't look good in blue? Do you like wearing blue? Oh, then now we're wearing blue because fuck you. The opinions of their judgmental asses, we are no longer allowing that to hold weight in our lives. So I'm letting y'all know right now, you're gonna catch Alana with a little cleave every now and again from now on, okay? The most hated people in the world aren't even what we would typically call a bad guy. The most hated people in the world aren't pedos. Let's keep it a buck. The industry. That's all I'm gonna say about that. The most hated people in the world aren't abusers. Like, abusers typically surround themselves and are in environments around a bunch of people they've abused that now have all begun to comply to them and will literally attack you if you're the person who comes out and says like, hey, that person's abusive and what they're doing is terrible. The people who actually get treated like bad guys in this world a lot of the time, like let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck. The people who actually ended up getting treated like bad guys are actually the good guys. Because the most hated people in the world are the people who tell the truth. The most controversial thing you can say, do, or be is the truth. Because the truth triggers. Prime examples of that were like Martin Luther King, right? Revered now, but was hated in his time. He was the villain to all of the people who didn't want us all to be mixed together and learn to love one another. Rosa Parks, she was the villain to all the people from the land of Caucasus who did not want to sit on the back of the bus and wanted to maintain their seats in the front. Like Gandhi, villain in his time. Other people hated him. Like Jesus Christ, for Christ's sake. Oh. Good guys considered the villain in their time, but still the good guy. They were telling the truth, or the truth that they knew. I'm missing an earring. Mother flipper. You know what? I just now realized that I was missing an earring this whole damn video. And you know what else? I don't care. Because if you think I'm gonna sit here and worry about what everybody else is thinking, you are not getting the point of this video. And neither is this earring. God damn. Stay in my ear. Okay, that hurt a little, but it should stay now. Be the villain, and be the villain unapologetically. And be the villain so you can be the good guy. Stay being the good guy to the right people, and the right people alone. So now that you know how and why to stop being the victim and start being the villain, let's affirm and materialize. Because a villain can still be a material girl. Let's bring it on into reality, okay? So here's your next right move. I want you to create a villain vision board. I want you to collect images of who you would be if you no longer allowed other people to dictate who you were. I want you to put quotes on this board, and I want those quotes to be like, oh damn, she really said that. Like, I need them to be those quotes for you, and you're like, oh, and oh, those quotes. And also you can put, powerful inspirational figures for you in your life who you feel like truly show up authentically as themselves. I want you to make this board so good that when you look at this board, you're like, damn, that's a bad bitch. And I'm scared to be her. But guess what, babe? You are her! If you stopped oppressing yourself based off of what everybody else projects onto you, and you're gonna start being a little bit more of her every day, even after just watching this video, you will not be able to help it. And for clarity's sake, that's whatever it means to you. Like, this is a bad bitch that you're afraid of. Keep it authentic to you and make it the girly that you truly need to embrace. Because to me, sometimes a bad bitch is drinking a matcha, minding her business. Baddie. Ooh. Number 2, you're gonna write your evil villain plan. Like, I need you to make an evil villain manifesto. I'm talking like, get a board, get a piece of paper. I'm talking Janice Ian style. Be like, I'm about to ruin these bitches. Here's my evil plan.
Okay, let's rock this bitch.
If you really were to be the bad guy version of yourself and the version of you that everybody else around you keeps telling you not to be because it serves their purpose, what would she put on that board? Write it. Write it, send, full send right now. And I'm not saying you have to do everything on this board, and please do not murder anyone. I'm not saying you gotta do everything that's on this board, but like, write out that evil villain plan, let it out. I want you to set goals, be a list of boundaries, and a list of non-freaking negotiables for 2025. These are things you are not letting up on. You don't care who's talking to you. Next, you're gonna audit that wardrobe. We already talked about it a little bit, but like, you're going to remove anything from your closet that is not the best version of you, the villain version of you, or that the hero of you would not wear. I want you to remove anything from your closet that is just to please others. And I need you to start adding pieces that make you feel powerful, regardless of what anybody else thinks about it. Like, if you spent your whole life, you're grown now, if you spent your whole life with your mom buying you turtlenecks and you literally freaking hate wearing turtlenecks, throw away every single goddamn turtleneck in your closet. Stop wearing them. Stop wearing them. And I know you're gonna be like, Alana, I ain't got no clothes. I don't know what I'm... Girl, we will get clothes over time. We are manifesting, attracting beautiful goddess queens, and things come into our physical reality. Like, the clothes that you want, they're on their way, okay? Throw away all those damn ugly turtlenecks. You hate them. You literally hate them. Stop wearing them. That's it, babe. That's it. 4, you're gonna start practicing saying no in the mirror. I want you to start with small phrases like, that doesn't work for me, or I will not do that, or something like, I won't be able to do that for you. Because on the first time that it comes out of your mouth, it's not gonna sound authentic, and it probably won't be very powerful. You're gonna be like, no. And you do not want the first time that you try to make no to come out of your mouth be in a situation where you really actually need to be saying no. So practice with yourself. Like, you don't even have to look in the mirror, you can shout it out into the void. But start every day saying those phrases so that it doesn't sound like something you've never said before in your life. Because people who disrespect boundaries will pounce on that and be like, oh, they don't really know how to say no to me. Let me just keep asking them again until I get a yes. Like, practice saying no. I'm still practicing how to say no. Practice saying no. In the right situation, you are not gonna get it out right if you've never said it before. Start practicing. And 5, you, my girly pop, are going to start keeping a villain victory journal. Get yourself a nice journal, make it cute, or just literally just use a journal that you already own, but I recommend getting one that you're like, ooh, that's my spicy girl journal. I made one, I just made one, it's black. Most of my things are typically like pink in color, but this is my villain journal, so she's a little spicy. I want you to document every time you choose yourself, every time you set a boundary, or even every time you speak your truth unapologetically to someone. And what this is gonna do for you is, 1, you'll have like a log of the times in which you've like started to make progress on it. Yes, we know, we love a good log. What I also want for you is that you'll feel more encouraged throughout your day to take action on these things if you know that at the end of the day, you need to be able to write down something that the villain in you did, that you set a boundary, you can write that down, that you chose yourself today, you wrote that down. Like, it will encourage you knowing that you have a journal to go to at the end of the night to be like, oh, yes, guess what? I told them no. Yes, get it. And any one of these actions will actually help you bring that villain that lives inside into physical reality, which is actually the hero that lives in you. And if you're still looking for more information on ways to grow in this way, the 2 books that I recommend are, what's the name of that book? Why Men Love Bitches and The Courage to Be Disliked. These 2 books will change the game. Why Men Love Bitches is more for the dating side of learning how to do this, and then The Courage to Be Disliked is like the overall understanding of why it's so important to make your peace with people not liking you. Personally, these are like 2 of my favorite books that I've ever read in my entire life. Once I'm done editing this video, I will actually go ahead and link them down below for your convenience so they're easier to find, but these are the 2 books. It's that. Peace. And there you have it, my beautiful villains. Please remember that being the villain does not mean being evil. It means being brave enough to be the hero of your own story, even when others try to cast you as the bad guy. Sometimes the most villainous thing you can do is simply stand in your truth and refuse to apologize for it. If you found value in this video today, be sure to hit the like and subscribe button and join the good girls who happen to be bad girls. And be sure to hit the notification bell because your girl will be posting mad sporadic #1. Okay, you gotta hit the bell notification if you want to see my videos because I'm never telling when I'm gonna put another one. I'm so sorry, not sorry, but I'm sorry, okay? And you definitely want to hit the bell notification because next week I'm coming in hot. I'm up to something, maybe something a little villainous, if you will. Just trust me, you don't want to miss this video. Okay? Till then, keep practicing your bad bitch villain victories. But really, in all seriousness, I want you guys to remember that you are not the villain in their story. You are the hero in your own. And I'll see you in the next one. Hey. Bye. Bye, girl. Bye. Mwah. I love you.